What up, y'all? MzShellz is going to be joining us today. Let me get all my shit right, ready. Hope y'all doing good. Another day to be indigenous. Today we walking. We're going to talk with a matriarch today, bro. We're going to talk with a matriarch today, man. Yeah, I'm excited to talk to MzShellz, bro. I'm going to send her a DM right now, tell her to join. There's some music in the background right here. She's up and coming, bro. And she got some hits, bro. I'm telling you. Her energy off the charts, bro. Shout out to all the native women in hip hop, bro. All the matriarchs in hip hop, man. There's many. They need more love. They need more attention. All the native women that making hip hop, that's making their music, man. We need to show them love, man. But we're gonna talk with MzShellz. We're gonna see what she's thinking. We're gonna see what's on her mind. I mean, all this music. I hope y'all been listening to her music, her YouTube, her Spotify. Oh man, some heaters. Keisha Bangs in the house. Shout out Keisha Bangs. Check out her music too. Looney Lux. Shout out him. Check out his music. I see y'all. What's up, Laura? Indigenous Peoples Day. We gotta get an interview too. IPDAZ. We gotta get it going. A lot of beautiful things in the works. Everybody's organizing. Everybody's getting their messages right. I love it. But we're gonna talk with a powerful, strong voice right now. I think we should just, instead of saying native women, I think we should just call them, you know how, some say kings of hip hop, queens of hip hop. I think it's matriarchs of hip hop. Matriarchs of hip hop. I think that's what we gotta start calling them. Matriarchs, bro. So I just sent her a DM, told her to join in. We're just waiting for her to join in. Yeah, MzShellz, bro. She got some bangers, bro. So we're just waiting. We're just playing her music in the background, MzShellz in the house. There she is. Let's go. Shout out all the hip hop heads. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Keisha Bangs. Y'all go follow her. Check her out too, bro. She's another powerful one. MzShellz, what's good? Good to have y'all. All right. Gotta do this right for you. Your powerful voice. I was just thinking. I was like, we gotta stop calling native women. These are matriarchs, bro. These are our leaders. These are the women that they're taking a stance. Get out their way. Yeah, but Michelle Lee runs. AKA MzShellz. She's an emerging Cree hip-hop artist and owner of Native by Nature apparel, hailing from Regina, Saskatchewan. And from what I'm reading in your bio, you're currently in New Mexico?
I was in Vegas and LA.
All right, Vegas and LA. So you're still in the States?
No, I'm back in Canada now.
Okay, well, right. So she's been traveling, and I've been catching her music. I think I found you on, I forgot where I heard your music. I think it was Natani, one of Natani's pages, Natani's posts, and yeah, I seen you rocking the mic, and I seen Native by Nature, and I was like, oh right, I like that. So I followed you on YouTube, and I was like, whoa, she got some message, bro, and I love your lyrical ability is crazy right now. Like, I was listening to some tracks you did before. Like, I don't know how. We'll get onto it. We'll get into that. But this is MzShellz. I'll give you the opportunity to introduce yourself, where you're from, your community, your tribe. Go ahead.
All right. What's up, everybody? My name is MzShellz. I come from the Treaty 4 territories in Regina, Saskatchewan. I come from a little community called Carry the Kettle, and I'm putting on for my people. I'm currently based in Vancouver right now, And yeah, I've been working, killing it. You know, I'm like a one woman army over here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what we want to talk about, because for not just Native women, two-spirit people that are coming, like like expressing themselves, starting their own businesses. A
Mhm.
lot of what we do it on our own with a small few and support, you know. But mostly it's
Mhm.
up on you to get your message out there, and that's what I want to talk about. But let's start with like your beginnings, like your roots. Like, how was it growing up in a little kettle,
Little
small small
carry the
kettle?
kettle.
Carry the
Carry
kettle.
the
My bad.
kettle.
Carry the
Yeah.
kettle. How was it like growing up there?
Well, you know, um, I come from carry the kettle, and like my backgrounds, my mother was a part of the missing and murdered Indigenous women of Canada. So that fueled my the whole like poetry. That's how I started. I started with poetry. But when you know, there's hardships living on a little First Nation, especially back in like the 90s when technology wasn't as big as it is now. Like it was wild. Like sometimes there's addictions, alcoholism, and you know, like instead of falling in that trap, I found an outlet, and that was music, and that was poetry.
How old were you when you found your voice, poetry, and music?
When I actually found my voice, I think I was like 14, 14, 15. And then, so I like wrote my poetry, but then one of my buddies was like, yo, you should try like rap it. And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, okay. Like, and then it just like, it took off from there, like
Yeah.
evolved.
So you started with poetry. What during that time? Where did you see any other natives doing that? Was there any other something?
No, and
Okay.
that was actually the hardest part. And that's why, like, I've been 11 years in the game because back in my time, I didn't have people to like put me on. I didn't have people to even work with me. They're like, oh, this girl.
Yep.
So a lot of the time, like I'd be rapping on a LG flip phone, sending my verse to whoever, like one of my homies, his name was Detox, and that's how like I slowly started getting on the beat because it took a long time. And then after a while, I was like, okay, well, if nobody's gonna work with me, I'm gonna buy my own MacBook. I'm gonna buy my own mic, and I'm gonna learn this shit on my own and do this shit on my own. And then, sure enough, that's what I did.
What were some of the what programs did you have to download and get like familiar with?
Fruity Loops. I was working with
Fruity
Fruity
Loops.
Loops.
All right.
Yo, that one, I made a beat. I actually started off like trying to learn how to make beats first because like I couldn't find a beat. And so yeah, I made a beat. What I didn't know was there was like a 30-day trial thing. So it took me that whole 30 days working from like sun up to sundown, try to get this beat. And as soon as I finished it, the 30 days was up, everything was gone.
Dang, I
I was
feel
like,
that.
oh shit. So I'm like, all right, there has to be a different way. There has to be like, and then so I started finding like random instrumentals. And then like some of my buddies would even like bring me to their studio after a while. After I like put in like I have a whole SoundCloud with like my music that I very first started with. So I like thought of deleting it because it's like you know how you
Nah,
when
don't
you
do it.
first sound, I was like, that's actually growth. Like if you hear the first shit I did to like what I got now, that's why I didn't delete it. So
That is good. I'm glad you didn't delete your journey, because we all have to start somewhere, you know, and
yeah.
that's that's what I like about it, bro. I like your story, and I like how hard you're going with it. Your business, your music, your promotion, your everything, your videos. the quality of it, oh man, I know you're putting a lot of, you're investing into the self, you're
Mhm.
investing into the self. And let's talk about some of like your spiritual growth or your growth in general, like to get to this, like I'm sure you had a lot of hardships along the way.
Yes. Yo, I used to be this like little ghetto kid, hence like my name Shells.
Hmm.
But coming from like North Central Regina, you learn the ways, the ways of the jungle, the concrete jungle, and being in such a toxic environment, I legit was like, if I don't leave this city, I'm gonna die.
Hmm.
Like I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna go to jail. And like I knew that and I felt it. So, you know, being a domestic violence survivor, I had to literally escape and like get out of there. So, when I make my music, I talk about this stuff. I talk about domestic violence. I talk about mothers who have children in care. I talk about the missing and murdered. I talk about the justice system, like this is the type of stuff that needs to be heard. And this is the type of stuff that doesn't need to be silenced anymore.
Hmm. Exactly. And you're giving a voice to that, a strong voice. Some of those like that one track, Bad Bitch. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's like these like you're writing like that's the thing about native hip hop, bro. And a lot of our listeners, they're listening. I don't know. I feel like we got to educate our listeners, and that's why we do the outreach. We do awarenesses to kind of give background of why we're writing, what inspires us. But a lot of that, those connections, those dots are not being connected. It's just, oh, another rapper making music. But to hear
Mhm.
your story of how these traumas, that we all live through, how that affected you and what's your outlet, and people might not turn to music. People might not, they turn to negative things of like drug and addictions, and
Mhm.
so for the women that are going through domestic violence right now, would you want to share some words for them?
Yes, yes. So if you're dealing with domestic violence, recognize the red flags, recognize a safety plan, get a safety plan, tell your people. I promise you, you're not a burden. You're not a burden. As much as you feel like you're a burden and that you don't want to take up space, girl, take that space. Take that space. Tell your people, like, you got to reach out and you'll never, like, don't ever feel like a burden. Reach out. There's resources, there's help, there's everything, like just reach out. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Change has to happen and it needs to happen now, like just just recently there was a mother, she was a teacher. She got shot by her husband just recently and she reached out and you know we need a safety plan. You need a safety plan. So make a safety plan with your safe people, have a safe word, stay safe, you
All
know?
right. Oh, we got a comment from Keisha Banks. She's asking, how are you handling being modern and tradish, taking serious topics and flipping the energy? We want to answer that question.
Um, yeah, yeah. Well, I practice like learning my culture. I didn't grow up with my culture, so I'm learning them. Now I'm changing ways. I'm changing how I view things and because I have like three children, so I want to learn with them. And that's how we're learning. So not having those teachers in your life and not having that spiritual background, it is hard. It's definitely hard because it's like we have to learn on our own and we have to break traditions and break the intergenerational trauma that has plagued our people and be that change. That's what I get to feel from is like being that change. I actually had my niece comment to me. She said, Auntie, you're the only one who's doing something. Out of our whole entire family, you're the only one who's out there doing it. And you're being the change. So
For
that
real.
right there spoke volumes. I was like, wow.
Yeah, especially coming from the younger generation, they see it. They see it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my followers, they're not really from Canada. A lot of them are from down here in like the West Coast, and they're asking, they want to what it's like for the missing and murdered Indigenous women in so-called Canada. How's the fight
It's
up
a
there?
genocide. It's a
Mm,
genocide. Right now, they're going through all the residential schools. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of residential schools, and they're going through the residential schools with a certain type of tool, which is finding all the graves of the children. Right now, they're at like 5,000, 5 to 6,000 unmarked Indigenous children's graves. And it's just like crazy to think that we're all plagued by this. Like my grandmother's grandmother's grandmother, this is that generation. And now the truth is happening. Actually, tomorrow is Truth and Reconciliation Day for Canada. It's a new holiday that they came to finally recognize. It's called Truth and Reconciliation Day, September 30th, where we all remember the children. There's like rallies happening, so I'll be out there.
yes, I'm glad you're going to be out there representing the people, because we need you. I'm glad you're there speaking your voice. Like the younger child said, you are the only one within the community, the family, and that's our generation right now. Like a lot of,
Yeah,
that's why like I want to talk to a lot of native hip hop artists and native people, our generation in general, because usually we're the only ones out of our siblings, our cousins. There's that
yeah,
one there's that one cousin that's doing something, and we're it. So it's like, okay, well, let's because there's many of us out there alone, and we're organizing, we're learning, we're educating
hmm,
ourselves on these issues, and it kind of gets heavy on us. So it's always good to know
hmm,
that there's someone out there on the same frequencies. We're not just living day to day and not remembering what's going on. We
yeah,
actually out here participating, like the people tuning in right now. So I'm
hmm,
glad that you can, and you have a track for this. You have songs for this. A specific track I found on there was Strength,
yeah, yeah. Strength and Hit Back.
Hit Back. Yeah,
Hmm. Hit
telling
Back
y'all,
was kind of like a wild one.
and
It's
I like
like,
that wild side.
yeah. I'm like, I'm trying to find a balance because I have a lot of the younger generation that's listening to my music. So
Hmm.
I'm actually in the process of like trying to find a balance between my grimy shit and when I'm trying to send a message. Because my kids watch me. They see me. They're with me half of the time. Like I just headlined in Vegas and I brought my family with me. And that was the most amazing thing ever.
Hmm. Full circle, man. Pretty soon your
Hmm.
kids might be freestyling with you. Watch.
Yo, they do. They have a song
Oh,
out.
okay.
It's called Warriors.
Oh, we gotta check it out. You gotta shoot me the link, and
Hmm.
we'll share that.
Yeah.
So how's that? How have you been through this pandemic? How has this pandemic kind of affected your craft, getting your message out there?
It definitely like stopped a lot of shows. A lot of shows. Like we stopped performing for like a whole year, and then I got the invite to go to Vegas for the Entrepreneur Gathering, and I was like, let's go. Let's go. As soon as the borders were open, we found the Jay's Treaty that's like dual citizenship between
Hmm.
Canada and the US. So that's how I was able to go to that show. But now you need like a vaccination card in Canada to perform. And I'm not vaccinated. And I don't want to get into that topic because that's a whole nother thing. But right now, it's kind of my merch keeps me busy.
Hmm.
Like I've just been like working hard at the brand. I'm creating new looks. I got like new tools to play with. So, I'm slowly keeping myself busy, but like when it comes to creativity, it kind of like it puts a block on it because you don't have that hype from the audience. You don't have the adrenaline rush that the music gives you. So it kind of like it puts a damper on like that performance because I love performing. I love performing for like people. It's my favorite. It gives me a drive. It gives me the hype. It gives me that oomph.
It does.
But I'm working on an album right now, and it's actually, you know what? It's 5 years in the making. I've been trying to drop this album, and little things keep popping up here and there, and it's it's coming along. But it's called Boss Lady. I plan on dropping it next year, and I shot a music video called Level Up, which I'm wondering, like I'm gonna learn how to drop it properly and give it the
Mhm.
love that it deserves.
Exactly. Promoting yourself is something that a lot of artists struggle with. A lot of artists struggle with as far as how do we do it? What are the steps, the timeline? You got to give a countdown or some
Yeah.
sort of countdown. So for me, I would say probably like 28 days, 29 days, somewhere in that range. That's what you just promoting,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm doing right now, making different videos, different snippets for a music video. So it's just finding different ways of how you gonna present it. There's different ways to present it. You can do the short snippets of your video, graphics of just the cover art, different graphics promoting the video. So there's many ways to kind of promote one thing, but
Hmm.
that's another way to tell the artist to study that promotion because it really does have a way of getting your numbers out there for people to tune in and connect on you on
Getting the
specific days.
message out there.
Yeah. What other topics do you want to talk about? I mean, we got a business. How did you
Yeah,
start this
let's talk about the
business?
business.
Native by Nature. How did you come across this?
So, actually, Native by Nature is a part of my first music video called "Get That Money," and it's a verse. It's a part of the verse, and I was like, took a rap from my track and wrote it on my back, and
Hmm.
I did that. Like, that's the one thing that stood out to me. I was like, Native by Nature. It originally was supposed to be indigenous to the land, and then the hip hop head of me was like, boom, Native by Nature. Like, that's lit. And then like we found a team that teamed up with us and we got it trademarked and then we got the names trademarked and like ever since then we've been going ham, going crazy on merch. Like we got it in Vegas. Like the picture behind you, these are the guys that shot my music video, Shutter Room Productions. They be rocking Native by Nature in Vegas and LA now. So that's lit. It's like getting the brand out there.
Hell yeah. What was some of like so you got to get the LLC, you got that and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Some of all the
Mm-hmm.
paperwork done, trademark. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's
So now I see like there's a whole bunch of like different other Native by Natures popping up. So I'm like, oh, get that money. Get that
mhm.
money. Like do your thing.
Hell
Respect the
yeah.
hustle.
For
Yeah.
real.
So
That's what I respect because you out here doing multiple things. Um, how has like you work with kids? You work with the kids, right? Did some
yeah.
awareness. How was that working in Canada, working with the kids and getting them to speak about their issues, their life?
Well, I think when it comes to like so I work with my children. So we have a studio in my bedroom and we bring them in there. They watch us and they also see like really dope artists come and go throughout the house, because like the studio is open to anybody. And yeah, so when they see that, they want to come in and we're like, yo, let's go. Like put a track on and we taught them how to rap and taught them how to like just pour their heart out. Like I'm pretty sure they're gonna be rappers. I'm pretty sure, like, because they see me doing it, and sometimes, like, when my son's on his game, I'll hear him spit a little whatever song he's listening to, and I was like, I hear you, little boy. But I don't want to push them into it. I don't want to like rap for me. I want them to do it on their own time. So
Hmm.
in the meantime, I'll continue showing them the ropes. But
Oh
I
yeah.
think music is a beautiful outlet. Like hip hop saved my life many, many, many times.
Yeah, and that's what we need. We need people to kind of be aware of what they're writing to, and we need artists to kind of project those messages. You know, we got to write for this person, this situation. You know, what's some of the topics are you want to write about? A song you want to write about?
To dedicate a whole song to the youth. Like to the youth, I'd like to write a song for women who like went through major, major domestic violence, but I want to write it in like in a way where it hits, like real shit hits. So I want to write like without triggering people. So like it's weird because like I gotta be careful in it, like how I word my things without triggering people, but like to send a positive message, to send what needs to be heard in a positive way where it just hits, you know?
Hmm. Yeah,
Like,
it takes like I understand what you're talking about when you're talking about like issues. Like it's you want to talk about it, but you want to talk it in a way to where people can play it back and feel good because it's such sensitive issues. You know, there's many ways we can say the message. You know, I mean, it takes a lot of it takes time. It takes time for sure. You know, so
yeah,
it's like I'm glad you're taking your time with it because you have some gems. You know, that glow up track, that
yeah,
glow up track. What I feel like that was as I was listening to a lot of your songs, I feel like that one was something like you really challenged yourself. I don't know, like I could feel like a lyrical switch up a little bit, and you really
mm-hmm.
got it going on in that glow up. I mean, that's a track y'all got to listen to. I was playing it at the beginning, and that was I don't know your lyrical flow, and then everything after that, I was like, she's got it, bro. She tapped into some 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 medicine, man, and you got it, bro. And so
Yeah.
how do you write your songs? Is there any other lyricists out, women lyricist, rapper, writer? Like who? How did you get in depth with your lyrics like that? Because I know you've been studying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yo, so like I listen to Snow the Product a lot. Like she's my inspiration. I've been following her since like 2010. Like I'm watching her growth, and I'm like doing my own growth at the same time. So I'm like, yo, like I follow her, I love her, she's fucking dope. Like that's where I get my inspiration from. And when it comes to my music, the beat sometimes talks for me. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but the beat speaks for me, and then I just go, like I just go. I have to like sometimes when I'm feeling real deep about something, I'm like straight to the studio, or I'm like searching for days. But I have to like find that one beat that just boom, and I can make a song really fast. Like I've been like learning how to engineer myself for quite some time now, so I can go in the studio, put down my ideas, and then come back to it. So what I've been doing was like I go do studio, come down here, do merch, take care of mom duties while I'm doing that. But I'm like just bouncing around my house keeping myself busy with merch and music.
Wow, so your house is like the HQ. Your house is
Mm-hmm.
where the business is being run right now.
Yeah,
Nice. That's what's up. You know, that's what a lot of it takes. You know, a lot of people don't want to
yeah,
show that or say that, you
yeah,
know, because they think of whatever professional, but you're getting your work done and you're making money and you're supporting yourself, you know. It's
yeah.
like,
And we cut the middleman.
yep, cut out that middleman, you know, because a lot of these companies, those
hmm
percentages, that's your money, man. Those are your ideas. Work,
Yeah,
get
and
that
it's like
full
bank.
ownership.
Yeah,
Hmm.
bank on your own. To all my entrepreneurs out there, yo, keep getting it. Keep working. It may seem like there's like long nights and early mornings and it seems like shit ain't paying off, but keep working. Legit, keep working. I remember doing this and I was sub screening and I was just sitting here like, damn, it's gonna be a easier way. And I'm like just learning about the different qualities of fabric and vinyl and stickers. You know, I'm continuous learning.
Yep, it takes that. Let me ask you this question. You know, you've been going around. I seen you did a show with the Circles performance, and
Hmm.
had headliners there. You know, various
Yeah,
well-established native hip hop artists, and you've been traveling. You know, you've been done shows with other various artists.
yeah.
Um, how is it being a woman in native hip hop with with
Uh,
with your
it
type of rap?
with my type of rap, it's aggressive. It's
Hmm.
more like gritty. It's more gangster, you know. So in the beginning, it was actually like I thought I was like shunned upon, like this shit wasn't it, you know. Like, but I think as a woman in native hip hop, it's actually hard because we're not given the same opportunities as these guys, you know. And every time there's a a female showcase, like why do you gotta say it's female? Like we're rappers, you know. But other than that, I don't know. I try not to focus on like any of the negative that comes with this, but like we just take it head on. Like patriarchy is real.
I feel it because there's so many Native women artists out there, you know,
But
and
where's the love?
where's the love
Where's the
exactly, bro?
love?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like
Because
so much love from all the artists. Shout out to all the like all the rappers that showed me love when I went to Vegas. I was actually like surprised. I was like, wow, they actually show love. And it's amazing. Like I feel like the not a lot of people like to show love. It's weird, but it's okay because the strangers that show out, they go hard. You know, it's
hmm
beautiful.
what are some other give some light on shed some light on some other Native MCs? Who what other I see you work with was it Indigenous Barbie on one of your tracks?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, she's
yeah,
dope.
yeah. Is there any other female artists you want to shout
Oh
out?
man, I have a lot. Do
Shout
you have
them
a
out.
pen?
Just give them some
Do
love.
you have a pen? You want to write them down? First off, I'd like to start with Mama Rude Gal. Mama Rude Gal is amazing. She is the owner of Fruit Gang Entertainment. She's actually amazing. Like the work that she's put in. She shot Glow Up. She's a videographer and a beautiful singer, rapper. Amazing. So Mama Rude Gal, and then I say T Rhyme. T Rhyme's really dope. She's out there killing it in Canada. And then there's Pookie G. She's out there acting and doing her thing. And who else? Pookie G, Valkyrie. Mm, there's a lot. Like shout out to all the women killing it in the game. It's hard to come by. Like that's why I show
Hmm.
love to my female rappers because there's barely any of us. Like we
Yeah.
need more on the scene. We need more people out here. We need more women to like be kicking down these gates, you know? Like
I would love to see that full set of just Native women, bro, and just killing the shows, man. You know,
right? There should be
that's
like a whole concert for women.
hmm there's so many out there, and that's one thing about patriarchy in hip hop. You know, it's definitely still there, as far as the promotion and the established artists out there. You know, and I think that's as when you get established. For me, it's your responsibility to bring everybody along with you, because a lot of the
Yeah,
times we're like the only native there when some in some cases. So it's like we gotta
yeah.
like
So it's
open
like
the
bring
door.
your people. Like we
Hmm.
kicking down the gates.
Yep, because
Like it's
like
time.
a lot of our generations are kicking down that door, you know, and we just got to
Mhm.
remember there's still people behind us who still need some support too. So it's like I'm glad you're
Mhm.
making waves, you know. And
Yeah.
will you ever be signed to a label, or are you gonna keep it independent?
Uh, you know what? Snow the product is making independent look really fucking good. Like really good. But I do admit that it is hard without a team. It is hard without having people like push you and I'm out here doing it all by myself. I'm like promoting myself. I'm like learning how to shoot my own videos. I'm doing the merch thing by myself. I'm all these people all wrapped up into one. So
Did,
I
did you
don't
go to
know.
school for like engineering or business
No,
or
no,
also you
no.
just all self-taught? Hell yeah, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
From the heart, you know, you're doing
Yes.
this from the heart.
And there's like a
And that's
passion about it, and that's why I've been like driven so long and been doing this for so long because I see something. I see something that's gonna like happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know, like it's like blind intuition. That's what it feels like. But what I'm doing, it seems to work. Like it's
mhm.
working, and it's working to the point where now I could see something for my next generation. Like I'm not doing this for me anymore. I'm doing this for the next generation. I'm doing this for the people that don't have anybody.
For real.
I'm doing this for the next generation.
Yeah, and that's something that's it's kind of more than music, you know, it comes from a sacred place, a personal, you know, story of why we're doing things, you know, and that's what I love when artists reach that stage in their artistry, you know, because at the beginning, for a lot of us, we have expectations for ourselves very high, which is very good, but then when the music starts to become part of your life, and then when you step
Hmm.
away for a little bit, and then it's like, dang, I need my music. This life ain't don't this life is not
Yeah,
complete, you know. And then you step back into it, and then you start remembering how far you came. And a lot of people, they have a good memory, but for some of us, we travel, we're doing work, we kind of forget about why we're doing it, you know. And
yeah, because
with
we get
also the
so busy.
success, yeah, with the success, you're busy, and you're caught up in all these different things. You kind of need some reminders of why we're doing it, you know, for the kids, for the next generation, for also breaking down them doors and having everybody come in here and take up space, you know, because
Yes.
that's the beautiful part of it, you know, about our generation. We're definitely making way and making change, and that's what I like about your music. It shows straight to the face, and I love that, you know, your griminess. You know, I think that's what a lot of our genre needs, and because
Hmm.
we are human beings. You know, a lot of people come to native hip hop for the political, the identity issues, you know, and which is beautiful. That's our responsibility as artists. But we also are human beings. We want to have fun. We want you to have
Yeah.
fun. You know,
Yeah.
we want you to hustle too. We need you to have music for that to fuel your fire. You know, so that might sound a little different. So you know, when we also have the issues, to where's the specifically for different awarenesses. You know, in our
Hmm.
communities. So it's like for the listeners, you know, you gotta know that as well. We are human beings, and
Yeah.
we're trying to create every experience of ourselves, our personal journeys to share with y'all. So that's why some songs sound like this, some songs sound like that. It's like we're just sharing ourselves, no fear. This is music, this is life, you know, and
Yeah. And if like
that's
if your music could give something to somebody like inspiration or like get them out of this certain situation, like in a lot of my songs, like that strength song,
mhm.
I leave little tips and like little cues on like how I got out. And maybe you could try this route too and get out of your situation. So if a person can find those hidden gems in these songs, then job done, you know?
Yep. Even this right now, for all the women listening, you know, it just takes that self belief, you know. Like I don't have to say it for you. You guys are mothers, single mothers. Some of you are aunties. Some of you guys are sisters, you know, and you guys know what it takes to help.
Matriarchs.
Yep. You guys are matriarchs, exactly. You know, and that takes a responsibility as well, you know, to uphold and to remind yourself of what you guys are, what power you have. Um,
Yeah.
what are some of like you know, through this pandemic we had to do a lot of looking within, like spiritual growth, you know. How did you find that within this pandemic?
Yeah, I actually learned that um, as you go through levels, you lose people. And that's just a part of your growth, you know. Some people can't grow with you, and and in the beginning I took that real hard, but as I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm like learning about myself, because I quit drinking and I put the alcohol away because it's like affecting my life negatively. So I had to put that away. So I'm finding myself through that, and then just practicing my culture, practicing traditions, practicing, smudging my home, smudging my families, you know, doing stuff like that. And just writing. I have to write. Like I can't not write. I can't not make music. Like I'll literally explode.
Hmm.
So music is a huge thing for me, and being able to create and getting to the studio, write my message, getting it out. That's what's up.
Yeah, and where would you want to take your music? You've been traveling a lot, but I'm pretty sure there's some places that you want to go that are reaching out, that you're seeing a probably a possibility. Where do you want to take your music in the future?
I'd like to go back to LA and Vegas, but I also I could see myself going to New York. Like I want to get out of Canada. If I could, I'd branch all the way out of Canada. That'd be lit.
Mhm. For real, I think you do good out here
Yeah,
too. And it's
yeah.
from down here. It seems like Canada's popping though.
Kind of, yeah. And yeah, I guess it is. But it's kind of popping in a way where it's stays in Canada. Like it
Okay.
needs to go out of Canada
Oh, you were mentioning that the J Treaty,
and
you
branch
know,
out.
and even us natives going up there, it's like at the border. What's the issue there?
I'm pretty sure it's like you have to be vaccinated to get in, or have to be vaccinated. I don't know. I don't know because I didn't I drove. We had to drive through because if you're going on a plane, you got to be vaccinated. But we aren't vaccinated. None of my fam is vaccinated, so we drove and it was real easy. Like we got in and out. We had to do a
Hmm.
test, but we didn't do the test. We just took the whole box of COVID test that they gave us, and that was it. But the Jays Treaty was able to have us go through the border smoothly. And I'm pretty sure I heard that it's only for Canadians. I'm not sure if it's actually, I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. Look into it, but it's something definitely to look into because that's
Yeah.
how we were able to go through. I'm not
Um,
sure if that changed recently. I think it might have because I had a couple people trying to cross and they couldn't get over through the treaty.
wow. And that's
Yeah,
what
so it's getting wild.
that. I mean, it is, man. They're trying to take our rights away, you know, especially at these borders. They hassle a lot of
Yeah.
our indigenous people, you know. And
Mhm.
I've always wanted to go to Canada. So many invitations, but I could never make it, you know. And I've always wondered that. I hear a lot of Native artists trying to get up there, not just making music, but selling your art, selling art up there. They don't want us to sell art over on the other side. Yeah, I hear that from a lot of artists, from painters, carvers, people that make the crafts, beadwork. They try to
Oh
go to
wow.
Canada to promote and sell, but they hit the border and they're like, you can't sell over here. You can go across, but you can't sell none of your stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I don't really get it. I don't
Oh
know about it. Like I
wow.
said, it's something to really understand. And as far as when we're trying to network and take our crafts to other across the borders, you really have to prepare yourself. Once you get to the border, it's a whole new country. It's all native land,
Mhm.
but these borders, they twist.
Yeah, it's like exercise your rights and be
Hmm.
willing to have them challenged, you know?
Yeah. So you gonna come down to the States anytime soon?
I was hoping to, but I don't know. I don't know how it's looking now. Like, you got to be vaccinated to do shows. Is it
Mm,
like that out there?
depending on what state you're in, and the business owners and all that, and how they handle their space. So it kind of
Mhm.
is like that, mandatory a little bit. Some places.
Yeah, it kind of like puts a damper on things.
Yeah, it's really.
Like I just started getting like started doing my numbers out there.
Yeah, and that's how I found you. I'm glad that you're promoting yourself and you're not letting this pandemic stop you. You're getting native by nature out there. I see it. I see y'all, and I need to get
Mhm.
some native by nature. How was your time down here? How
Oh,
was
it
your
was
time down?
beautiful. It was beautiful. I literally documented the whole thing and I'm creating a vlog right now for it. It's either a
Okay.
vlog or it's going to be a music video. I don't know. I don't know yet, but it was really dope. Mind you, it was holy heck, it was hot. It was like
Oh, in the summer?
desert hot. My gosh. Wild hot. But it's beautiful. And there's like an energy there that I'm like, yo, I gotta get back there. I have to get back there. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to come back. How and that's like some of the things. I'm pretty sure you came across other reservations, other natives. Did you
Yeah,
check out?
I Savell, the native. I saw him perform. He opened up for me in Vegas, and he was dope. Like I like seeing him perform live. You know, he has that
Hmm.
swag to him. He's dope.
For real. So you putting on
Mhm.
your own shows? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I got booked to headline in Vegas for the
And that was
entrepreneur gathering.
entrepreneur. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought you went down there all on your own, did your own show. I was like, whoa, that's what's up. Um,
Yeah,
how was that?
that was actually my first headliner. It was
Nice.
amazing. Like that's dope for me to say that my first headliner was in Vegas. That
For
was
real.
so dope, amazing. Like I walked in the building and they're like, "Oh, MzShellz is here." I was like, "Oh shit!"
People
So it
know
was
you.
dope. I felt the love. I felt the love.
And with this like newfound fame, how are you handling that?
I think it's all right. It's dope. I think it's
Hmm.
cool. I'm
Yeah,
excited to like get the music video out and show you guys what I've been working on. Because I'm
for
like,
real.
right now, I'm not sitting on it. I'm waiting on it, but I don't know what I'm waiting for because I should just drop
Time.
it.
I think so, especially with your vlogs and you got a YouTube channel. Is that where you're gonna be uploading your vlog?
Yeah. There's MzShellz Music.
Yeah, y'all need to follow her and subscribe. We
Mhm.
got some powerful music, man. Is there gonna be a track? I know you're waiting on your album, but are you gonna release any new singles?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna release the music video called Level Up and the music video. So I was actually trying to like put a little package together, but I don't think it'll be done in time for like the end of the year. So something cool is gonna come with my album
All
because it's
right.
been such a long wait. Like the whole dynamic for Boss Lady album changed. It went from like learning how to be a boss to like full on bad bitch boss shit, like doing the motherfucking thing, like owning it, unapologetically. So I
Mm-hmm.
think maybe that's what the universe was waiting on for me to get to this stage. And it's like, all right, you're ready.
I think so. This stage where you're at, the music, your lyrics right now, your energy that you bring, I mean, I feel it. I feel it. You're going somewhere. And I'm glad that you could do this interview as you're about to pop off. I'm telling you, you keep doing the sounds you're making right now, the lyrics, oh my God. Timeless music you've been making right now, bro. Timeless. Um,
Yeah, that's so nice to hear.
for real. And I was glad to find your music, and because you are speaking of empowering our women, how much does that mean to you?
That's my whole being. My whole being is to empower women. Like coming up in like the way I came up, I didn't have that. I didn't have people, especially women, like to put me on and to show love like that. So I'm like, yo, once I get to this, grab my hand, sister. Grab my hand, let's go. Like we're kicking down the doors. Like I'm not playing. And I literally like go out of my way to get females in the studio, help them
Mm,
write it out, help them. Like there needs to be more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. We're knocking down doors. We ain't politely knocking anymore. Sorry, we're we're knocking down these doors.
for real. And that's the energy we need from our women right now because see, even the men, they got to get out the. Oh my bad. I don't know what happened. But yeah, we got to get out the way for y'all and make space for you because y'all need the microphone. Y'all need to get your music out there. I mean,
Yeah,
the
pass the
paper
mic, bro.
for real. It's been
I
crazy.
appreciate you for having me. Thank you for this interview.
Yeah, it was great. If there's the women out there, young women, they want to start their own business. They want to start rapping. They want to start promoting themselves, doing something, and but they're having a little trouble. Do you have any words for them?
Yeah, learn. Do the little things like if you have to like start with poetry. So say you're trying to like learn how to rap. How about you take your favorite song and you go over and you rap that song until you get the tempo, till you get the speed, till you get the same shit that brings in. Keep doing that, and once you feel confident in that, and then you're able to like the first time I spit a Snow the Product verse, I was like proud. I was like proud. I'm like, oh shit! And the people that I was with was like, whoa. So like keep doing little things like that. Write it down. Write. If you have an idea that pops up in your head, throw it in your phone. Come back to it later. But like one thing, if you're trying to be a rapper, be passionate about it. Don't come in this for a quick boom 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 boom. Like don't come into this thinking that it's fast money. Don't come into this thinking that like shit's just gonna pop off, like take in the longevity of it, take in the time, take in the craft, take in the patience that it takes to learn this stuff. And then the same with like learning how to do a business. Like if you have to, if you feel the need, go to school, learn it. Like what I've been doing is like if I need to know something, oh, how do I cut this, I'm at YouTube. YouTube. YouTube everything. Like the internet is wild. Like imagine all the shit you can learn. Like right now I'm trying to teach myself how to cut make 6-color design for Native by Nature on embroidery.
Mhm.
I got sponsored from my band to buy an embroidery machine. So I was like, oh, that's good. Like, thank you.
That's what's up.
So
So,
that's dope. So like I got little tools and things here that keep me busy. But learn
mhm.
your craft. Learn your craft. Learn what you want to do and have passion through it. Because if you have that passion, it's not even like you're working. It's like you're just enjoying your hobby. And then you're getting paid on it. And it's like you can't go wrong.
Mm-mm.
Like, especially if people are feeling your shit. Like that's what it is. Like, get it out, learn how to promote yourself, learn how to advertise, learn how to like just believe in yourself and do you, regardless what anybody thinks, you know? It may feel in the beginning that nobody supports you, but keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. If you have something that you are working on, keep going. Don't stop.
Beautiful. And MzShellz, how'd you come up with that name?
Well, so my original name, like, it was Shells. Like, from when I go back to the SoundCloud days, my name was Shells, but that came from like the street life, and that came from doing shit and shit. But
Mm,
so when I added the Ms, that that took the whole boss lady vibe. That's where the whole boss lady vibe came from, because I'm not this little hood kid anymore that's running on the streets doing shit. You know, I'm working for something, and I have a brand, and I have a name, and I have, you know, people that believe in me and people that fuck with me. Sorry, my language, but you know, I have people that see what I see. So I have to keep that same level. You know, I can't be out there wilding, getting locked up. I can't be out there, you know, getting bad karma. You know, so it's just being conscious of like what I'm doing and where I'm trying to take this and how I'm trying to, you know, I'm a boss lady, and I have to act accordingly, you know. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Like, sometimes there are situations that are like, damn, I just gotta walk away. And that's a class all in its own.
real. I'm glad you're sharing a lot of lessons with us because, you're still on your journey and I can see it's only going to go up, and a lot of challenges going to come, a lot of obstacles come, but with the mind and heart that you got right now, you're going to get through it, girl. You're going to get through it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you could join us and share your story. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to come, a lot more to say. So we got to set up another interview, when that time comes. And I'm gonna stay watching. I'm gonna keep supporting you. I'm gonna get me Native by
Thank
Nature.
you.
Got to get my gear because I see everybody walking it. I got to get me some. So everybody out there, and you got a website. So you want to go out there. That's where you're gonna find Native by Nature, and to put your orders in and all that. Go to her website www.MzShellz.com.
Yeah.
Yep. So go check that out. Yep.
Go
That's where you're gonna
follow me.
find.
Go follow Beauty by Nature on Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Instagram, Native by Nature, INC on Instagram. So
Yeah.
that's where you're gonna find the page, and you're gonna find all the shirts and all the designs, and so you're gonna find that there. And get your merch, man, because there's some fire merch. I want to see it at the next powwow, the next conference, the next show on somebody's back. So y'all better get that now before it's sold out, for real.
Yeah.
hmm But I thank y'all,
Thank
MzShellz, for
you.
joining in today. I don't want to hold you for too long because I know you got a lot going on. You're always multitasking as
Hmm.
Indigenous matriarchs. You're the backbone in our community, and I'm glad you're speaking up, and I'm glad you're willing to share your story with as many people as you can to get your message out there to the world. And I
Hmm.
thank y'all for doing this interview, and I see nothing but greatness for you, and I love your
Oh,
energy,
thank you.
and I'm right there with you. We need more support for our Native women out there, especially the
Yeah.
ones that are business. Give them a platform. Let them speak. Shut up. Let them speak now. It's their time, and we're right there with you. And so that's MzShellz, and I hope y'all check
Thank
out her music,
you.
Spotify. I'm telling y'all, you ain't gonna be disappointed. So I
Hmm.
hope y'all tune in.
Bye.
Yep. Thank you,
Thank
MzShellz, for tuning in
you.
for the day. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
That's MzShellz empowering with her music, telling her story. It's a powerful one. I'm telling y'all. I'm excited for her. I really am. Her music speaks volumes. Um, the Glow Up. My favorite track is the Glow Up. So if you guys want to tune in, check her out. the glow up. Put her in your playlist, share it with your cousins. It's a powerful woman voice right now. So all the women out there, support her, show her some love, give her a follow, and do what you do. I can't wait to see her back down here in the States. So if you see her at a show or a flyer, go to her show, show her some love, buy her merchandise. I'm glad that we can just speak about life. Politics is cool. I want to talk about what they do, but some people, they don't come from that. They come from just where they come from, and that's their story, and if they want to talk about politics, they want to talk about this, we can ask them, but they might be wanting to talk about something else. So that's what all I'm trying to do is capture their stories, what they want to say, their experiences, their obstacles. Could be about politics, could be about just daily life, could be about from growing up in a city, from growing up on the res, growing up outside of your culture in a whole different culture, in a whole different res. So we're trying to capture these stories of empowering and of coming back and watering your roots, of you've been out there, you've done things. Okay, now what did you learn? Let's talk about that. So this is just like a lot of personal stories for indigenous voices. A lot of these artists are not given these questions, and I'm glad y'all for giving us questions, so that's always the beautiful thing, taking part and engaging with our artists as we do these lives, because sometimes it's hard to get questions, because a lot of them are still emerging, a lot of them are still expressing themselves and telling their story. So we have to start off from where they begin and how they found hip hop, how did they find their native artists, how do they get to the stage? They need to talk about this, because this is what it takes. These are the experiences. And so a lot of these artists are not really given that light of how it all started, where it all comes from. A lot of them are just gearing towards what they're promoting now and with their album, their art. But the human being that I'm talking to, that's what we're trying to humanize, the artists, because they are empowering our people, empowering our communities. And, they are, and in some cases are leaders, for a lot of these issues and a lot of these topics. But we are all human beings. We all find inspiration in different things. Okay, well, let's hear that story. How do you find your inspiration? What inspires you? It might not be politics. It might not be the movement. It might not be none of that. And that's okay too, So this is all just based on personal stories, and of trials and tribulations, of self-empowerment, of empowering others, and those responsibilities and undertakings that might wear and tear on the artist, might wear and tear on the individual, the organizers, doing it for the people. So it's just for people sharing stories and giving wisdom. I take it as that, this is just sharing wisdom, so sharing knowledge, shared experiences. This is what this platform's all about, and I thank y'all for tuning in, for giving up much love for MzShellz, bro. She's coming hard with it in the hip hop game. Give her roses and pay respects, man, to the young matriarch out there doing things. And I thank y'all for tuning in. Tomorrow, bro, it's gonna be a banger. We're gonna have Sab Seville in the house, coming straight out of the Northwest. I never met him. I just been listening to his music. It's gonna be another beautiful show, y'all.